Now let's look about the new sources list format in Debian. Trixie is released as a new stable, so we can look for changes. I want to show some things. Here I just show my folder at the apt sources.list.d. In this directory we get the new sources. The original format and until bookworm was the sources.list file, and this was directly in the apt directory. And now we have the sources.list.d directory, and under this we get the .sources. The new ending is .sources, not .list, .sources. We go deeper later in this. Also, I want to look for the preferences. Maybe it's another video. I will link it here at the end of the video. And first we go for the sources list. Let's look on the Debian webpage where we get the informations, and you see here wiki.debian.org, sources list. There you get the informations on the wiki page from Debian, and here we have the apt sources format, and the new name of the default sources list, former sources list, is now named debian.sources, and this is since Debian Trixie now. So I'm running Trixie since 9 or 11 months. And so I'm already migrated to the new sources format, and so I know what it is, and I did experiences, and I like the new format now. In the first I was thinking about, the old format was easy, just one line for each source, for each mirror, but now it's okay. Just try to switch to the new development, and you will figure out what's good, what is better, and it's okay. Just go with the flow, just go with the new stuff. So the new format here is this one. This is how it looks, the new debian.sources. You see here is all the same stuff that was in the former old sources.list. Here at the beginning of the, I can go down. Here you see the sources.list format. This was the former format, and here you see it begins with deb. Can I go up here? Yeah, okay, that's a bit, let's make it this way. Yes, so now here you see in the old format it's beginning with deb, and now we have in the new format types colon and then deb or deb sources. So you can put in deb source also, but only deb is also okay. I'm a bit confused here. And then you have the mirror, the URI, and this one is here on the second line in the new format. And then you have the suite, and this is now here as listed under suites. And what is good here is you can now put in multiple suites, so release name, bookworm Trixie, or old stable and old stable and testing is also possible. So for example, you don't have to create many files. You just can put in bookworm and Trixie also, or do bookworm updates if it is from the same mirror. With security, the bookworm security or trixie security, for example, there is another mirror name, so this is different, so you have to put it in the next line. We look for it later. Then you have the components, main and non-free, and this was also here in the old format, this one at the end. And then you have the keyring, signed by the keyring. And what's also possible is, I show later in my, I find this, you can put in here also a line that is named enabled : and then just type in true, type in no or yes, genau. That's it. This is this one. And now let's look here how to get the new format. I'm not sure. I will test it because I have to test it to upgrade from Bookworm to Trixie. I'm running Trixie here on my host system, and so I did the change, but I'm not sure that it will be automatically done with full upgrade from Bookworm to Trixie. I'm not sure did they change this. I can't say this in this moment, and I'm also not sure in this moment if the new format is automatically set if with a fresh Trixie install. But I will experience this in the next weeks, so I can update you about this. But if it's not the case, you can do it manually, and you use just the sudo apt modernize-sources command. Just search for it in the wiki.debian.sources list, and you find information about this. It's just converting the old format to the new format. It's out-commenting the old sources list and takes all the stuff from the old sources list and write it in the new named debian.sources under the sources.list.d directory. This is just what it do. And then you have to check it by yourself. Is everything right? Is there something that you want to outcommand? And then just update with sudo apt update and upgrade the system. So that's it. And then also interesting is the package search page from Debian. For example, search for the apt package. Here you see the whole line. There's also a main page for packages search. It's just packages.debian.org. There you can find information and can find different options, possibilities to search for packages. I use for myself mostly direct the search. I direct type in packages.debian.org/ and then directly the package name, and then it's changing the line here and insert the search keywords. But it's possible just to type the package name here. Yeah, for example, let's do it here, Firefox. This is possible. Type in and then you jump directly to the specific package you search. And here you see, let's go back to apt, and here you see then for each release name, for each branch, the version of the package, the old stable bookworm, the stable Trixie, and the testing forky, and SID unstable and experimental. And then you see which is the current version in each release. And then you just click on the specific release version you want about the package. Then you get the overview. This is this one. I just show it for people that are not so deep in Debian in this moment. So I experienced it discovered it by myself over the years, and I like this package search. This is what I mostly use for finding packages, finding programs, and so on. So then you are on the page for this package, for the specific release. Here also you can switch to the page for the package to another release. Switch to Forky, for example. Switch to experimental. Switch to SID. And here you see 3.1.4. We go back to Trixie, and then I want to show you also, let's move it here. Here on the right one, you get also links. This is very interesting and helpful. First, I want to show you similar packages. This is what I really like. This is what I use for searching for packages and programs and so on. For example, you can search for a browser, type in Firefox. You get recommendations here of similar packages, other browsers. And then this is a way how you discover, find new programs that you wasn't knowing that they exist. And here's, for example, the Synaptic listed. And Synaptic is just the graphical package manager in Debian. I absolutely like it, and it's this one. So, and also you, for example, look for an Office program, or look for a picture view program, look for an just type in a program that you are already knowing, and then you find over this category here, you find similar packages, similar programs, and discover new programs that you wasn't knowing that they exist. I like this. This is absolutely amazing. So just type in a program that you are already knowing, and then click through, and then you can click in, jump to another one. For example, let's look for Synaptic, and then on Synaptic are again other similar packages listed. Then you can click on Muon, software properties, and then you go through it. Then you have here Muon is old stable. Here we have another Muon, for example. Then you click, and then you get again other recommendations. Sometimes it's not so helpful, then you just go for other programs. Here now is the Calamares and so on. GNOME Package Kit is, for example, here. Then you have the Calamares installer, and then jump here, and then you get the picture. Oops. And then go down, and now again we have other similar packages listed. In this case, not so interesting. But then let's just type, oops, for example, GNOME Package Kit. Yeah, here it's there. GNOME Package Kit is also good for fast. There's a front-end for GNOME where you can fastly install packages. It's a bit between GNOME software and Synaptic. It's also nice. Also, EPA is interesting, and so on. Then you go to EPA. Okay, in the current it's only the KDE. As in SID only, not in Trixie. This is interesting. So also Andrea Bormann said this. She recommended me to go with SID. I'm already running SID also in a virtual machine, and she said because sometimes packages are deleted, and this is the case here. For example, the EPA program is not in Trixie here. It's only in Bookworm, not in Trixie, and then in SID in the development branch. And here also you can look for recommendations. Here's nothing interesting. And then just type a package name. For example, let's type Chromium. and then we go here and let's look. Chromium, here see Chromium, other stuff. Then let's look for GNOME software and then type trixie, and then you see GNOME package updater. It's also interesting. This is similar to GNOME package kit. It's working with GNOME package kit, and it's easily for upgrading the system, for example. Yeah, for example, let's check this. I just create a new where I am. Let's check app list. All is my alias, and let's check GNOME package updater, and then you see this is this one, and then you see the information here, and let's install it. For example, I just show you. So I just show a bit more stuff now. And then I open Wofi. Let's search for update, and then you see Paket Aktualisierung in German, package update, and you see this is a program. It's open just a window here, and here it would list all the packages that would be could be upgraded, and then you can click upgrades, install the upgrades. And in this case it's just saying all packages are current. So again, this is very, very, very interesting. It's just click OK and the window will close automatically. It's very, very quick. It's open the window, shows up and close. It's done. I like this just for upgrades. I would recommend this for people that are very new. I do everything over the terminal, but it's a nice thing if you want graphical fast updates, just clicking with the mouse. So this is possible with this one. So in this case you can discover many programs. I just wanted to show you this one, and then so then you have also links, bug reports you can search for, which bugs was found about the package, in this case apt, then developer informations, and then you have the Debian changelog. And this is what I want to show, and also you have the sources package, the maintainers, and sometimes about some programs you get also linked here a web page to get the to get to the origin developer web page where you get more information about a program. In this case, I just show you the changelogs. And this is this one. I clicked here and this is opening this. And then, for example, here in the changelog, you can do a search, for example, for the modernize-sources command. And then you can look for when was the new command added to a package. And then you see, for example, in January 28 in this year, they introduced the modernize-sources command. So I like this to sometimes to look deeper in the development of applications and so on. And you get everything here. You see here also 24 June is just yes, here was the last upgrade, and this is up 3.0.3, and I think if I go to the to SID, we have another up version, and then we will have also another changelog that's different. And now you see for SID, here's the other changelog, because it's a changelog for the specific up version. You see here is also the old stuff in what I showed you here, but this top thing is here now. No, it's not listed here. It's interesting. So it's a bit different. Yeah, okay. But this is the case you can't search for. Okay, here was just the change that it was migrating uploaded to unstable from the experimental branch to unstable. But this is the case you can use this. So this is how you use the web page about the package search and so on. This is what I show you, and then let's go to the sources lists. And now let's close this. Here I am in the apt sources.list.d directory. Like I said, I already migrated to the new format, and the command was sudo apt modernize-sources, and then you get the new format here. This is the main file debian.sources, and I have an alias as nar. This is just this one, open nano with sudo, and then I type Debian sources, for example, and now let's look for it. Here you see this is a new format. Here you see this is what I said. What you can also insert is the enabled colon, and here I have yes, and here, for example, is another mirror. Here I disabled this and I typed in no. Then here is SID also, and for example SID, I can type no disabled SID, so it will not be checked when an upgrade is running. But in another case, I will use SID mirror again. I also could just type here SID in. It was also possible. And now here is the case. I just want to clean up some stuff. Because I was running Trixie on the testing status for near to a year, I was using the browsers from the stable branch, from the stable security, because if you search about the testing branch from Debian, you will find that they say and don't recommend to use testing, because testing don't get the fastest security updates. And this is why I inserted the stable security mirror or component to get the browsers from the security updates, because I checked this really out over the months, and it is really the point in the stable security branch. The browsers mostly was newer than in the origin testing branch. And this is why I decided to work with stable security branch. So, and I inserted this, and I in the preferences file, let's go here. Why isn't this working now? My key. Here you see in the preferences directory, I have created Chromium stable security pref and Firefox stable security pref, for example, where I specific pinned the Chromium packages to the origins security.debian.org. So I make sure I only get the security packages for the Chromium browser. And the main I don't want to go too deep here. In this case, I will also upload a video about the preferences stuff and so on, and up pinning. This will coming up. And now let's go to this one here. So, and now it is then Trixie is now the new stable. I don't need anymore the stable security. And also in the former months it was that I also could write here the bookworm security, but I use stable security to make sure if the new upgrade, if Debian Trixie gets a new stable, that I directly switch and stay on the new stable branch and not stay on the bookworm. So this is why I use stable in this case. But now I can change this to Trixie to make sure I will always stay on Trixie security here. And then also here Trixie is now the new stable. I don't need anymore the stable suite here. So I can delete this and I only have Trixie here. So then also here I have the stable. Let's delete this and then go down, and this is Trixie, and then I have sit here. Okay, so just cleaned up this here to make it a more bit cleaner. And then I also have a sources list for Brave browser to get the Brave browser here in Debian, and I also for the element program. And then also modernize-sources. This is created if you install the package manager Nala. Nala is just more graphical. I can show you. Sudo update is doing this. Yes, okay. I don't need non-free, I think. I also can clean up. So if you don't use non-free firmware stuff, you can also delete this. And now let's do sudo nala update. Now you see the difference. Nala just makes more do it more colorful, and it's all packages are current. Then let's check upgrade. Is there a difference? Here you see, Nala just puts a colorful frame about the whole process. For example, if you really have upgrades, then it looks very different to apt. But yeah, I don't use Nala most of the time, but I tried it out. So with Waydroid you can just use Android packages, Android programs in Linux, containerized way is this, Let's draw it. Here you see just the programs I have installed with Waydroid, Google Play Store in this case also. And then is, okay, this is the default Debian sources I showed you, and then we have the backport sources. Let's check them out. And this is how it looks. Here we have the mirror, and then we have the suite, and here is also Trixie backports is in. It's not enabled yet, and I will enable it now. And I think I delete the non-free stuff and stay only with main. So it's just a bit faster at updating. And it's not important just now, but in the next month it will get important, because over Trixie backports you get more newer packages. You can install a newer kernel from the, this is migrated from the testing branch, copied and migrated with the dependencies to the stable branch, and this is very well. Also LibreOffice, you get a much newer LibreOffice over the backports, and YouTube downloader and some other stuff, whatever you want. Just search for it, backports.debian.org, and then you can search for packages that are in the backports. So let's do it this way, and out-commented directory, there I move just old stuff that I don't want to delete. So I think that's it. Also, it is possible I could just add the backports in the debian.sources directly, but yeah, okay, that's it. So then we have the preferences.d. Did I show you? I did show you. For example, I also have here for SID the preferences file to make sure that I don't install. Here I pinned SID to 90, so I make sure that SID is never installed, and but I can YouTube, for example, I have the YouTube DLP package, and I changed this for a few weeks to SID and make sure it is installed from SID, and then to switch it back to Trixie I typed in Trixie here and set the pin priority to 1000, and with the upgrade he de-installed and installed the package from the Trixie branch. Even the current installed package from the SID branch was newer. So this is how you can work with priorities. And like I said, I will upgrade a video very specific about the uppinning, but this is in this moment. Okay, so I think that's just for today. This is what I wanted to show you. Also, you can use the W3M browser. I use this most of the time for package search. I just learn the key bindings, and for example, with Shift U, you just open the URL line on the bottom, and then you can type in here the name of a program you want to search, and then I get the informations, for example, for the package Firefox, and we see the newest Firefox is in the SID branch, and with Shift B you can go back to the former program, and then, for example, let's type YouTube DLP, and then you see here the information, the different packages. Incid is the newest package, for example. Here you see the differences. Okay, I think that's it for today, and I hope it was a bit interesting and helpful. For those who want to go deeper and learn deeper stuff and want to understand more, stay tuned, never stop learning. Until the next video.